I know.
It's 9 o'clock. It's called the Waco County Commissioners Court to order this Tuesday, May the 14th, 2024. And ask Ms. Wall to call the roll.
Judge Bray.
Here.
Commissioner Weir.
Here.
Commissioner Ether.
Here.
Commissioner Reisman. And Commissioner Wright.
Here. Please join us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Please remain standing for the invocation.
Good morning. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you this day. We thank you for your blessings. We thank you for the rain. We thank you for the sun. We thank you for everything that's green in our world today. Thank you for the strength that we receive today. Thank you, God, because you are a loving Father and you're our best friend. Because of you, we're safe within your arms, even in these dark times we face today. Thank you, God, for the light that will still light our path the way we should go. You're looking down today, God, and when we look up to you, these solutions to all our problems, we're looking right at them, and we thank you. Because of you, God, we have wisdom, we have strength, and we have courage for this day. Today is truly a treasure because of you. And God, the big PS this morning, been heavy in my heart this week. Be with our families and protect our families. And we pray all this, and we ask you for all this, and we thank you for all this. In Jesus' wonderful name we pray. We all together say, Amen. God bless you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care, Mr. Rock. Appreciate it. So, how you doing, sir?
Item one on the agenda is your consideration of the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to dispense to read the minutes and to approve the minutes as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Riley, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item two, payroll for, May of 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the estimated May payroll of $531,794.01.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Weir, I think beat you to discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item three, official reports, and the last time I looked, they were not all, that was last week, and now they are all in, and subject to your approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the official reports for April 2024.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Eager, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item four, line item transfers, we don't have any, so we can move past item four to item five. The pay bills and outstanding bills, this is a ratification and approval process.
I'd like to make a motion to ratify the pay bills and approval of the outstanding bills in the amount of $747,030.67.
Is that both of them? Did you also include the outstanding bills, or are we doing that second?
No, they're all together. Right, Jim?
The ratified is $14,121.99.
Okay, yeah. Let me change the motion to ratify $14,121.99, and the remainder of the outstanding bills, $747.30.67. Sorry about that.
Everybody understand the motion?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Brown, discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Takes us to item 6. I won't forget that, so. Before going to the second page in item 6, 2 addendum pages. The local disaster declaration that I executed last week is up for your review and possible continuation or not. I'm not really sure that there's much cover under it, but I thought it was a safeguard. And my fellow county judges certainly encouraged me to do as they did for similar damage along the storm track through Texas. So, I'm not sure if there might be some aid that comes our way or some latent damage turned up, and that would be my reason for encouraging you to continue the declaration for a while. You choose not to, so, you kind of thoughts on that. And I believe you have a draft of, do they have a draft?
It's still sitting on my desk, I just realized that, sorry.
Okay. We have the standard draft, it looks a lot like the original declaration, or it looks a lot like the previous declaration that you handled recently that says it can be withdrawn by the court or by myself when the time is right.
Move to approve the order to continue the local state disaster.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner, discussion. I might add that, one thing is coverage come up is if one of you were to have to take care of something that's on someone's private property, like a tree down or something for some reason. I know that's not the standard, there are tree services for that. But point being, generally speaking, is under emergency disaster declaration, you have more flexibility to be able to help people than you would otherwise. So that's sort of fair. And that, I'm hoping that also extends to the cities, because I think the cities have, I've read that the cities have been involved in some activities that are dedicated to cover resources to private property. Anything else? Yes, sir. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. The other agenda is something that I think we'll take up at the end. Okay, so that takes us to our normal agenda, page 2. Fireworks display, July the 4th. The city of Johnson City is seeking to use county property for that purpose. Mayor Fisher, do you want to say anything? And if you do, can you take it further? Or Ms. Walsh?
Yes, Joe, just kind of Whitney's area, so I will let her speak on behalf of the city.
I just saw you.
I would never answer.
Morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
So it'll be the same thing as last year. We'll utilize the North Annex parking lot. We have already confirmed with DFD that they have availability to offer fire support services. City staff will be on site to also manage the event that evening. Fireworks should start about 9:15, and then we'll be off property by 10 o'clock usually. And then if need be, we'll come back next day and do trash pickup and sweeping and any other areas that were missed in the dark.
Just for purposes of the record, you are with Austin.
Correct. City Secretary for the City of Johnson City.
I guess the only question that I have is, I don't know that it's entirely relevant, but it just interesting to me that I saw one last year. I think it was last year. Was pretty spectacular. It looks like it cost a lot of money. How do you
So it's just from our general fund budget. It's budgeted, it's community events. We work with the same fireworks, pyrotechnic company that does Light Spectacular, and he's also has some roots here in this area, so that you know, it helps a little bit on the cost. However, the shipping on July 4th, we're paying more premium price because it is a budget event that we recoup through additional sales tax generated from the
looks a lot like the last spectacular, which is also spectacular. So, the only full conflict that I have on this is, and it's something that I don't have to fix, because you need to know now so you can be planning. And now is a long way from July 4th in terms of weather.
correct.
And you know, when we put in the agenda part about subject to drought status, to runway status, I guess that's always a little bit of
We can't wait on it. There's contingencies built into our contracts for our fireworks, pyrotechnic, so that if weather or other events, say it rains, or there's some other event, it's contingencies built into the contract to handle that beforehand.
So you don't necessarily, you're not necessarily the whole fee, things will be under your control.
Nope, it would just be moved or canceled.
Credit.
Yes, for the next one, you know, or maybe just have a New Year's Eve fireworks show. If we're not able to move it to the next year, but yes, there's contingency built in because it's Texas, and we understand things happen every 15 minutes.
So commissioners, you have a thought or motion?
I'd like to make a motion to authorize the city of Johnson City to utilize the north parking lot of the North Annex for fireworks display on July 4th, 2024, pending burn ban status and drought conditions.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Wilson.
Thank you.
Around the state, I think other entities are considering proclamations of various sorts of revenue coming up a little later about mental health awareness month. This one is Community Action League of Central Texas Month. It's an organization that's been in Blanco County for a while, but it's kind of under the radar a lot. Mr. Limited, you want to say a few words?
Hi, I'm Doug Mudd. I'm with Community Action League of Central Texas.
You want to do that?
Okay. Hello? Testing. Oh, here it is. Testing. Okay. Sorry about that. So we're Community Action League of Central Texas. We started in way back in 1965. We're a national organization and also a local organization. We back in 64 was the start of community action agencies nationwide, and then expanded into all the United States, including Texas. And we are now the second or third that receive the Head Start funding. So we started off as just community action league in Phoenix County, but then we expanded into Blanco and Caldwell County, and now we're in Central Texas. But basically, what we're doing, I have some employees here, but I appreciate the proclamation. But we're essentially wanting to do more in Blanco County. We have an adult education program that we serve 9 counties that surround Travis County. So we have TWC, Texas Workforce Commission, funding that we would like to bring into Blanco County for things like job trainings, vocational trainings, that kind of thing. So please keep us in mind for that. We say we're in Blanco County, but we're barely here. And so we'd like to be doing more in this county to help your economy. And we have funding, from, like I said, the Texas Workforce Commission.
So you have with you Sarah Johnson?
Sarah Johnson, she's our Blanco County coordinator for adult education.
Who else?
And we have Francesca Ramirez, she's our community services program director. And we have Megan Campbell, she's our home visiting.
So I noticed the other day that we are almost cross-pollinated. You're on the workforce.
The Texas Workforce Commission. We get funding through the Texas Workforce Commission.
Yeah. There's another group that you are on the board of out of Georgetown, Workforce, Texas Workforce something.
Workforce Network.
Community Action of Central Texas, or is it?
You're in San Marcos. You're in Georgetown.
Oh, yeah, opportunities. Community Action, they call it opportunities.
We have a board member there. It was Debbie Burkhart now. Now it's another person. But I guess since we have 2 board members, because you're on there. At least on the website you're on there.
I am. The rural capital area, workforce board?
Correct.
Yes.
Thank you for getting the name right.
It's all right.
And when I was speaking with them last, they were talking about, I mean, Blanco County, we were talking about the kind of the same thing that they want to do, trainings or absolute education opportunities. And I tried to connect with Commissioner Riley, who is highly focused on vocational training opportunities. Specifically, there's some welding training that they do, and it's not, we have pretty good welding programs, we do those high schools, but this is sort of beyond.
How's the company set up with y'all in June?
Okay, so, I know it's kind
And
of,
he says y'all, he means that like the
rural capital area, okay.
but that you want to report.
Yes. I know, it's very cross-calling, it's very confusing, but certainly, Texas, Workforce Commission, has Title I, like we have Title II, money. It's very similar, it's, so there's a little bit of different rules between them, but very little difference, but certainly we can work with you directly and, through our adult education money. It's similar to doing other workforce development programs through Texas Workforce Commission. It's very similar, so.
Okay, anyone else? Anyone have a motion to approve
I'll make a motion to, accept the proclamation declaring May 24th community action, Corporate Central Texas Month in Blanco County.
Is there a second? Commissioner Eager, discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Jay Bray, and commissioners, appreciate it.
Item 8 on your agenda has one of my favorite people, Mr. Sturtevant, and Ms. Sturtevant here today for Hill Country MHCD, along with Anthony Wynn and maybe a third one now. And they're here to encourage you to proclaim this Mental Health Awareness Month in Blanco County. Mr. Sturtevant, want to say something? And as you do, I'm going to recognize you as my go-to person at MHPD for all questions.
Well, thank you, Judge. Good morning, esteemed Commissioners Court. My name is Landon Sturtevant, and I serve as the Deputy Chief Executive Officer for Hill Country Mental Health and Development Disability Centers. My team and I are honored to represent Hill Country MHPD as the local mental health authority serving 19 counties in the Texas Hill Country. Mental health MHPD is dedicated to enhancing the well-being of individuals within our communities. It's one of 39 agencies delivering critical mental health and developmental disability services across Texas. We serve a significant region spanning approximately 24,000 miles, home to about 750,000 people within the Texas Hill Country area. We're here to emphasize the importance of proclaiming May as Mental Health Month. This designation raises awareness, reduces stigma, and fosters understanding of mental health issues, empowering individuals to seek help and build supportive communities. We thank the Commissioners Court for allowing us the critical role of mental health awareness. Together we can create healthier, more inclusive communities. And Judge, I am accompanied by here by Anthony Wynn, who's our Director of Political Operations, and Laura Sandoval, who is our local clinic director, as well as the clinic director over in Leslie County.
And that's new, isn't it, Chief?
Yes, sir.
Or at least for Leslie County presence, but for Blanco County supervision is kind of new.
That is correct, sir.
Because I heard our community paramedics talking encouragingly about that. That should be a good thing for us.
Yes, Judge, I believe it is a good thing. We are working toward expanding our services in the county. We've got numerous grant applications out at this time. We're getting notifications of hopeful award. Heavy focus on the intersections, mental health, the judicial system, as well as expanding our role working with community permits is a co-responder.
So I'm gonna ambush you just a little bit, while I have you in the house. Because as you know, I can't speak with the commissioners, offline about, deliberate with them about certain business. So I wanted to see if you could just say a word or two about, I'm gonna put it maybe gleam in the eye, because something we're working on, but there's not a single dollar yet attached to it. There's not a single piece of property dedicated to it, nothing yet, but Commissioner, Judges Cunningham and Oakley and myself and you and the Executive Director and then the Executive Director at Bluebonnet, and then we wrote in Judge Foley and Sam Seven and the Public Defender's Office and others. We're all coalescing for a project and the name gets changed around a lot. I like crisis, respite center.
Yes, sir, Judge. Across the entire state of Texas, access to inpatient psychiatric facilities has become a much greater struggle. Access to the state hospital system, like it used to be years ago, is no longer there. The vast majority of beds being filled with forensic patients pending policy restoration, which leaves our civil population somewhat struggling. And we're seeing across the state, as well as several of our communities, in our 19 county service area, looking at building smaller, more regional type of mental health crisis facilities, being residential components with clinical services embedded into those as an alternative to the long transports across the state for inpatient psychiatric treatment, as well as an alternative to incarceration of individuals with severe systemic illness who really need the treatment as opposed to incarceration. We're seeing those pop up across the state of Texas. We have one that's kept popping up over in Comal with the Commissioner's Court approving funding for the construction and donation of land to that facility. And then similar project out in the Valley, where we're continuing that effort as well. But we are seeing these smaller facilities being developed across the state. And there has been some initial discussions of a multi-county approach to address this. Due to the significant financial cost of starting up and constructing and operating one of these facilities, that may make more sense for some of the more rural, smaller communities that band together to bring this service. And so those are being looked at. Looking for funding opportunities.
I guess we should say it's on the drawing board.
Yes, sir. It's a dream.
But Judges Cunningham, myself, are eager to see it get moved along.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And real broad brush strokes, just taking the one in Comal County, it's like a 16-bed facility. This is kind of standard.
Yes, sir. Due to some federal regulations on Medicaid and institutions for mental disease, facilities we're starting up are 16-bed relaxed facilities. And those are designed to be short-term, typically, with 14 stays.
And really broad brush strokes, you can kind of estimate about $10 million to build it and $5 million to operate it.
That's correct.
And so, hence another reason why Michael County's not taking it on. We're just going to participate in the opportunity.
Searching for funds.
Okay. Back to the proclamation. Does anyone?
I'll make a motion to issue a proclamation declaring May 2024 Mental Health Awareness Month in Franklin County.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Riley, discussion? favor say aye. All opposed, motion carries. I just want to say thank you, not only from, as a representative of the county government, but personally, you're an amazing, part of that MHTV machine, and, you've always been great work with it, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner.
I don't think Mr. Klein is in the room, so item 9 is a discussion about entering into contract with Sam Klein, the architect, to pick back up on a couple of projects. As you know, we pretty much finished with the Fairgrounds projects. The Starlight project is over halfway mark. The project across the street is on its last bits. So it seems like a good time to come back around and undertake, or at least contemplate a couple of repairs, structural repairs. Mr. Klein, I think you have his resume. You have his you have the letter, and so you know what he's asking for in terms of hourly rates and estimated costs to come in and pick back up and reevaluate and get us back on track. Mr. Klein is, the things I really like about him, I think make him a good fit for us are, he has done several courthouse total renovations, including I think, and maybe Ballinger. He, in his younger years, actually worked with the Historical Commission for a few years before going out into private practice, so he knows the ins and outs, and still has quite a good relationship with that agency. He is in Fredericksburg. He was born and bred in Stonewall with 4 other brothers. And grew up around here, is pretty familiar with the baseball dynasties and High and elsewhere. So we can talk, he can definitely converse with you. But in terms of his professional skills, he has a considerable resume, and I think he understands our need for conservatism, cost efficiency, but ensure safety and get the job done. So with that, I will throw that to you to see if anyone's interested in engaging Mr. Klein so we can pick back up on this project.
I would like to make a motion to enter into a contract with Stan Klein Architect for the Cupola project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ryan, discussion. Anything?
Just natural for it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think he has a natural for it. I wish he had met with somebody maybe beforehand, but I'm sure he will be able to do in the future. All right, nothing else. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 10. The 911 addressing software needs, I think, updated. And we have a renewal agreement, proposed for that.
And I'll move to renew the agreement in Glencoe County and ESRA for 911 address and software program.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 11. This is the Reconnect Rural Development Broadband grant. And, there are some developments as late as this morning, and I think Mr. McCullough, probably needs to speak to you, and then I suspect we may have some questions for Ms. Ashby. I thought it was a little issue. So, Mr. McCullough, you want to come on?
Sure. Morning, Commissioners. So in front of y'all, you have all the resolutions that will be needed for the application filing, which we are right up onto the deadline very quickly. Our target date was really Friday, so we're in the last few hours of this. What I did want to discuss with y'all is we are completing our analysis. I do have a map I can share with y'all that does reflect the original proposal, which I'll see this by a different format. Yes. So what you have is the original discussions that we had with the past several months. The three proposed areas would include the north, south, Waco area, which is east and west of Waco City, also east of Johnson City and L.A. Robinson, and then also the Round Mountain area. Our original, I'm going to use a very loose draft estimate that we proposed was approximately $3 billion. At this point in time, we have completed our analysis and the number of utility poles that we are having to add, and the lack of PVC poles in this area and or PVC poles being inadequate that need to be replaced. The budget has swelled, or the estimate swelled $4.2 billion. We really aren't comfortable with $4.2 billion, so we definitely want to refine our approach. We're looking at multiple options on this as we speak. Target, we still want to get about potentially $3.5 billion. Budget, which means we'll need to either reduce the footprint and or continue optimizing our design, both of which we are analyzing as we speak, trying to reduce the budget. Give you some ideas. The Round Mountain, for example, just Round Mountain alone is a little over $300,000. Also, V.A. Robinson is just round numbers, $500 million. Shake those two off well within budget. The idea, though, is to maintain as much footprint coverage as possible to help our community. So we really don't want to eliminate both of those. So we'll look at trying to eliminate potentially one of them and then reduce the footprint in the South Blanco area marginally in a few areas. For example, the far western portion of South Blanco out toward Clear Creek, whatever it is. Well, we do show another extension beyond Clear Creek. Maybe we don't do the extension beyond Clear Creek. That saves about $150,000. So we look at all those little options, small road areas that have potentially lower population to continue to refine and reduce everything we're looking at. So that's where we are. It's a very active, dynamically changing process, but at this point, again, we're just still trying to maintain $3.5 million budget. Why is that? The $3.5. Bottom line is finances. Because this is a 50-50 loan grant, we are having to take on 50% of the total project. For example, if it's a $4 million project, we're being taking on responsibility for the $2 million loan. Full step, our opinion. The way our cash flow, financial models look, that we see a little risky at this point. $1.5 million, we're fine. $2 million starting to take a little bit of a stretch there. So we're looking at trying to maintain, since it is a 50-50, just trying to maintain that $1.5 million, $1.75 million loan.
Does still taking any Clear Creek stuff?
Right now, we are including Clear Creek, but that would be the potential final western portion. But right now, we are including it, yes, sir.
So the estimated cost has increased,
Yes.
but your estimated revenue stream has not.
It does, there's always some risk in there on uptake, people's individual economic situation, things like that, so we do percentages. Right now, the fiber is about 60 miles of fiber. That's what, with 60 miles, you do cover past more homes, but some of these areas are rural. Not a lot of homes in those areas, we see it as a strategic value, future growth areas, but at this point in time, we may not be ready to get some of those areas forced on or really to review.
So in my personal finances, going from 1.75 to 2.2 sounds like a whole lot of money for 2 point whatever. But, in a project such as this, throughout the entire county and, affecting so many people, it doesn't seem like much.
Agreed, the double-edged sword. We start forecasting out over 20 years, and the interest rate over 20 years over Pamela's grant, it adds up. As much as we'd like to continue 60 miles,
So we're going from 60 to,
I don't have an exact number in front of me. It's a subset of that.
you would guess.
We're gonna be shaking, well, for example, Round Mountain's 4 miles, and then going out east here is about 6 miles. So all in all, we're going to get a 10-mile reduction approximately.
What total?
There's 60 miles, that would for a project that you
Cut
never
10 miles.
approximately.
Take 10 miles from 60.
Yes.
So 50.
Right.
But you did mention Clear Creek. So maybe we'll.
Well, at this point, we could actually whittle down, leaving Clear Creek, whittle down, potentially moving around Mountain. A few other small modifications in there, for example, how we route through the town of Waco City. We changed the route through Waco City, which will have a representation of that. All these, we have several of those adjustments we've made, and we are down to 3.5 now. But we are losing Round Mountain, rerouting through Waco City, losing west of Clear Creek. Trying to think of any other material areas.
In this last page, there's a blue line on the western boundary with the green shade. What's the blue line?
The blue line, so that is actually our fiber line. So each map represents the blue line, is actually the route of our fiber.
That's the proposed new fiber line.
That was as of 2 weeks ago. Today, we may be removing that, but yes. Round Mountains, we may end up having to not go to Round Mountain to say, funds, to get us down to our 3 million mark.
Are you saying that this whole coverage area would be eliminated?
Yes, sir.
Proposal?
Potentially.
And that's what these other 2 pages we picked off of here.
No, sir. So the $4.2 million is what you have in front of you right now. That's the $4.2 million to do everything you see in green.
Okay, and I'm somehow misunderstanding, because I thought you just said we were taking this out.
To get us to the 3 to 3.5 million, we may go eliminate Round Mountain,
Okay.
the area west of Clearview, reroute through Waco City on a different route.
So, this green area, butts right up next to the Round Mountain Fire Department and other facilities. You're still going to service those?
Yes, under either not under this grant, so provided by existing infrastructure, or other things such as that, yes, sir.
But if that's the case, 281 goes right through central Round Mountain. So, yeah.
So
Are there already coverage areas that the green would reflect? Are you already covering other parts of Round Mountain?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the green area is showing what the USDA is willing to fund. We are coverage is greater than what you're seeing there currently.
So you're looking at page 3 of the chart here, the biggest impact appears to be in precinct 3, which is the precinct I represented this morning,
Sir.
which makes me uncomfortable. However, this isn't really a choice. If you don't want to take on that kind of debt load, there's really nothing to do about it. It's just, it makes you.
Well, I think that as part of this discussion and analysis we're completing, we do not want to remove it. We continue to look at the financial burden of responsibility. We continue to look at other means to reduce our costs. For example, some of the contracting bidding, we get awarded in-house resources versus outsourcing portions of this. We continue to, again, leverage potential other assets differently than what we're currently doing. So it's not our objective to reduce it. However, it is a reality in the next 72 hours, we may have to reduce 60 miles to a subset less than 60 miles, which is the representation you're seeing in front of you right now. Or we look for other means of resources of revenue.
Kind of getting away from our original reason to even be here. I mean, in my mind, this whole thing was to help fiber optics in the rural area. Try to build the infrastructure out into a rural area where it can expand later.
That's correct.
And what it seems to be happening now is that we're taking this same program and shrinking it down into a more dense area. Where you can, I'm not speaking on you directly, but pay bills. So I was looking at it more, my precinct is where most of the growth is going to be. But the whole idea was to try to build a trunk or whatever out into the rural areas and then onto it later. I thought that was the whole concept. Now we're shrinking it back to the more dense areas. Our institutions out in the outer areas are left out.
It is the downside to a loan grant operation versus a 100% grant operation.
Yes, sir.
Is the reality of finances.
I was gonna have you get out and doubt that there's other issues, there's other problems, and it's gonna move on. I mean, we went from 3 million to 4.2 pretty quick.
At this point, we're confident in the numbers, we don't see it exploding any higher. There'll be some marginal adjustments that and then we can call it here. That's what the past several weeks have been, is we actually formed professional engineers to go out in the field, run fiber lines, measure pole to pole to pole, to come up with a very accurate budget. The other option we just keep in mind, I'm not saying we have, this is part of the discussion, that Round Mountain is deemed call strategic value. We understand that as part of the discussion here, where we say approximately 10 miles of fiber. We shade it in the south area, we shade it off the A. Robinson Road. Those are the type of things we're also looking at. It's just a suggestion that Round Mountain from today, again, we like the strategic value of it. However, that area currently is served to some degree with other carriers, not fiber-based, they do have services there. And it is the least, as you were speaking to, Mr. Weir, the dense areas, that is the least dense areas at this point in time.
So in the dense areas that I'm looking at right here, you have competitors in that area that are offering services also.
Yes, sir.
I think that is new lanes. You're competitive area.
Yes. And when you go out in Robinson, they're hardwood carriers. When you get a little bit outside of town, especially as far as leases were going, there is no service out there.
Let me ask you about that, that's page 2.
Yes, sir.
And you show a long fiber run all the way out to an area where it's like they're going to subdivision, I forget which subdivision that is. Vernalis.
Vernalis something, fall or something.
And so, and I can see some dots, so those are homes. I see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see you're getting up there, but you've got this long run and really not, it's not green shaded, it's not dotted, it doesn't show anything, but we know there are subdivisions in the process along that blue route. And I think I just heard you say, Commissioner, there is no competitor that's servicing that whole long blue route. So I think my question is, do we anticipate that there will be some hookups that we're not seeing on this map from that line?
Yes, so to expand on that, the green areas that you were seeing is what the USDA is being funded. However, the USDA does not preclude us from building off the blue line, serving community residents, businesses off the blue line. They just will not fund it. So in other words, if you're going down A. Robinson, I'm thinking of Devon Road, Stubbs Road, as an example. Yet the USDA will not fund fiber down Stubbs Road. Now, if we want to do it on our own dime and serve some residents there, you're able to do that.
Well, let me try an example. So along this blue line, we'll pass some residents, the former district clerk, Ms. Ellsbury, and it's probably a quarter mile or so to her house. But if she wanted to connect to this fiber, she could do that?
Yes.
If it was there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Also, to expand what we're talking about, A. Robinson area being unserved, I think with Clearview is flat out unserved. There are no carriers out there. When we go far eastern towards West Ranches, very, very limited services out in the area. So when we were looking at areas to reduce coverage, if we were trying to target the ones that have no service, no competitors, no ability to get any internet service, very least served areas. That was really our decision to reduce Round Mountain. We saw that it was more served in other areas.
What's the estimate again? Run a mile of fiber?
Approximately 40,000. 40,000. Yes, sir.
10 miles.
Yes, sir. Let's rotate 4.2 and 3.7. And now we're in the scope of 3.5.
Is there any prohibition from the county participating in this 50/50 grant loan program and combining it with something else?
That is perfectly allowed. I think the way to say that, that is an allowable thing, yes.
Well, while they're chewing on this, this may require this action. Aren't we, don't we have another sticking point in the documents that are being proposed for me to sign? Isn't there another problem with bond? Or did we fix that?
So, this, actually, I spoke last week, at least I speak up there, I heard also speak. The current position on the bond is the construction bond, completely no issues with whatsoever. The concern of the, we'll call it a repayment bond, running into some challenges there. So we decided that, reading the NOFO, the Notice of Funding Opportunity, the USDA is very unclear of how securities will be handled to a government entity applicant. I, the county, and a government entity, the USDA is very unclear how they will securitize that loan. Basically saying it's negotiated. What we understand historically is they do not require certain securitization with another government entity. In other words, if there's a default, it's no harm, no foul, shake hands, go online, such as that. At this point, I want to be very clear. The Friday deadline is the filing of the application. Post the application filing, the USDA will review all applicants of all of the United States and decide on who is awarded. Assuming Blanco County is awarded, then the USDA will present the terms of the grant and loan. We don't know what those look like. Once we get those terms and grants or the documentation on that, then we all convene and discuss what they're asking on how to securitize it, what our role is in securing and protecting the county from a bond, from some other asset securitization, et cetera. But at this point, we don't know what they're going to ask, so we don't know how to securitize it to the county. The other thing we ran into, this was a Texas State Insurance, and there's some research going on this, I won't speak out of turn, but the question came up, the assets are owned by the county. The debt is being paid by our company, HC Wireless, based on revenue from the consumers. If we, HC Wireless, were to find a bond or insurer for repayment to the county in the case of default, the insurance is asking, what are we securitizing? What is protecting us? That is an unanswered question at this point in time. So our opinion was to proceed with the application based on the facts that once the terms are presented to us, then we can be in a position to negotiate, discuss options to proceed accepting grant awards, and/or we'll have more information on the securitization, how we handle all this. So that was the other piece of the operating agreement. Yes, sir.
That's curious because an insurance company is not a bank. Banks get securitized when they lend money. Insurance companies work on actuarial tables and statistics, and your payment for your bond and thousands of other payments for other bonds is what allows them to keep going. Because most people don't default on their bonds. So I'm not sure I understand the concept.
Some of this we're learning also, is when we represent the retained bond, our insurance company wasn't even sure what that was and how that would operate, so it's something they weren't even familiar with.
Well, I do know that the commissioner was not here, was probably, although I think some of the others were as well, but was probably the most vocal in wanting to make sure that the county was covered in the event that HCI went off the project for whatever reason.
Absolutely, and we support that discussion 100%. But until we know the facts of how the county could be liable for the debt, and so we get further information from our insurance and banking operators, we don't have those answers yet.
So for saying what you said, but in less sophisticated language, to make the application, county's still not on the hook until we sign accepting the grant proposal.
Actually, that's correct.
This is, what we're doing so far is still about applying.
That is correct. And we don't expect to hear from the USDA until the fall, so we have plenty of time to continue vetting the securitization of what options exist for us.
Do you want to speak to that? I'll make sure that what I just said is true.
Well, as far as the county not being on the hook, we're paying $8,000 for the application, so I mean, that's minimal, but there is that. I am concerned that here we are, the week the application is due, the project's completely changing. You know, if he isn't able to get a bond, yeah, I don't know. It's a little frustrating that we don't have a final agreement in the application due this week. The project will change today for the first time that we're finding out.
I think your frustration is shared by everybody in the room. I'm trying to see if there's a way to keep this held together for a little while. And so I just want to make sure that we can, you know, these projects, these grant applications only come around so often. Here's an opportunity, we missed the last one earlier in the year, so this is our opportunity. I just want the county to not miss an opportunity if there is an opportunity. At the same time, I want to make sure that we don't enter into something that the court's not happy with. And I think I'm still understanding that if we met the deadline and applied by Friday for a lesser project, still to stay within the limits of the dollars that Mr. McCall is comfortable, that we're still not on the hook until we sign something in the fall. Is that true?
That I have not read, so I cannot say whether that's true or not. It seemed that until we actually start getting funds, that we wouldn't be on the hook for any money.
Say that again.
I said it would seem to me that until we actually start drawing money, that we would be on the hook to repay.
And at the end of these 4 items under this, sub-items under this agenda item, it says pending county attorney approval. So is it fair to deny that if the court were to go ahead and move forward on this, and authorize the application to be submitted, that you won't let us do that unless we are indeed, free to back out if the terms don't look right, when they finally award it.
Correct.
Okay? It's the best I know to do, if we're gonna apply it all.
I'm sorry?
That's the best I know to do, if we're gonna apply it all, is to protect ourselves. Questions?
We won't know whether, it'll be completely bonded until after we fill this application. I mean,
That is correct, you don't understand what we need to apply, if anything, in this section, the construction, absolutely, that was an easy one. We payment line based on not understanding what the USDA will require, not sure of what needed to be bonded.
You do understand that if the USDA requires repayment on a loan default, that it was the commissioner's intent that there will be a bond to cover the county from such liability.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Totally agree to those terms, understand it, they're, I would say bond, could be some other instrument, but that's a little bit of our opinion. Position is we don't want the county liable in case the default would be protected. So that's why I was bonded, whatever instrument may be.
What do you think?
I don't like it. So there's too much up in the air. There's too many questions in my mind and we're being pushed into something too fast. It seems like, I mean, we got 2 days and this thing has to be done and we don't have some maybe questions answered.
and the only way to get them answered is to authorize this.
And be able to back out, when we find out.
If we can back out, it sounds like we're reassured we can.
I can give the information to just ask you guys.
Well, we already investigated $8,000, yeah. No, we haven't already invested $8,000.
No, not yet.
Not yet. And you said we would know in the fall.
That is what the USDA is estimating. I will be pretty transparent that based on the volume of applicants, it could be pushed back. Maybe I don't know how many applicants are going to apply at this point.
By the fall, the cost of goods and all that, you're gonna have to shave another 60 miles.
We put in coverages based on inflation.
So you express frustration. If you were sitting in this chair, you have Commissioner Riley who doesn't like it, you got 2 more that are thinking they don't like it, but maybe we go the next step to see what we have. What would you do?
Well, I would like Commissioner Ware to think that the purpose of this is to reach out to those rural communities and get them services. We're cutting out a lot of those rural communities and servicing the areas that are gonna be possibly built out with subdivisions. If they are built out with subdivisions, I would presume that the builders are gonna work to get services out there. That said, there's no services there. They are going to be serving areas that currently don't have any service. So I guess, I think it's worth at least exploring a little further and.
I know in my precinct, I've had at least one subdivision that was willing to basically cooperate in fiber optic line, had nowhere to connect. There wasn't anything out in front of the had there been, they would have connected to that strong people. So you have to gamble that to some extent. That's why I was talking about building infrastructure. But, you know, we're cutting out the areas that are probably where the growth might be in the next 5 years or so.
So I guess one question I have is if you do the fiber optics and a neighborhood comes in, are you the only one who can do the broadband in that neighborhood? Or they have to pay you to go off that line? Okay.
That line is for you exclusively.
But didn't that be an incentive for him to go out there and dig a ditch and put the fiber in the line and be on the hook for the line is hoping he's gonna have the customers to make it a little profitable.
I mean, he's there to make money, absolutely. That's why he's doing it, but could also help the county and the rural residents.
Yeah, that's this side of the table.
Right.
I feel like if we're not out anything money-wise right now,
Well,
this,
just, I don't want to, just don't want to mislead you. On Friday, we'll be out $8,000.
8,000, we have to invest $8,000 to find out whether or not you can be bonded, where we're not liable for it.
I would put it in the charge, I guess, so. We need to see what they're proposing.
Yes, sir. See what's there.
We don't know what they're asking.
In other wired contexts, this is like, it's $8,000 to get a peek at what terms are gonna be. In that, we have to pay to see what we're being offered. That's he's paying the same. But you have to pay to see it.
And I have to read the language that he's referring to that you see in the bill that says, "When I'm liable, because yeah."
Because without that, we're not signing.
Well, if we're committed from the get-go, just like a client, which I don't think we are. But then there's too many unanswers that we board as far as I can see.
So we agree with that comment. If there was a commitment at this point, I agree with everybody's opinion, I would pursue it, see the evidence. We're asking for us to pursue it, so we can gain the next 90 days to answer these questions.
Well, I'm a little bit selfish about it because I'm looking at my precinct right now and it's covered it's covered the most out of the whole deal. So I feel
I want to be clear, if y'all, someone had quite a few periods ago, we were having a compressed timeline. USDA gave us basically 6 weeks. We've been marching through this, so we need to go ahead and this would be some risk management. Also, the original grid territories, we're not defining, that's the USDA. It just happenstance, the southern portion of our county is the one the USDA does need to be the least served area, if that makes sense.
yes,
You know, no matter how good intention to everybody in the is, no matter how straightforward it is, the optics are awful when the commissioner of precinct 3 returns and sees that blue line, all of his, basically all of his precinct is gone, and he wasn't even here talking about it.
can't argue that.
And it's hard to do that.
The fact that we're pushed into a corner, can't, we should have the opportunity to look at it.
Unfortunately, the program's Friday, he's not here till Friday. Or, you know.
Other point point in here is it hasn't been decided to remove the ground mount. That's part of what today's discussion is. Because of the optics, we're just saying we need to shave, just 10 miles. Where do we shave 10 miles?
Who would call you to pay for that?
Sorry?
Would you be looking at the county too?
I said shave 10 miles. So we
Yeah.
reduce it 10 miles. Where would we reduce it, which also means should we minimize the south footprint? Should we minimize East Johnson? Should we do half around mountain, half of East Johnson City? I mean, these are options to discuss. But to get us into the 3.5, we define approximately 10 miles.
If there were complete map that would show the USDA compliant right here.
That is correct. We get up to show you to replying for that is correct.
Judge, I'm all for expanding our fiber optic network, getting the infrastructure built, and this is bad position to be in right now. I really feel bad about Commissioner Leeson.
Marty, would you, I suppose if you aren't comfortable going up, rather than just too much right over there, from 1.7 to 2.2 loan liability. Is that right?
Yes.
You're not comfortable at 2.2, you're comfortable at 1.7. Is it because it's USDA loan, is there any other loan, term or proposal that could be configured, that you would be comfortable to make up that last $500,000?
I'm sure I'm understanding the question. So, in other words, if another one, the ability was presented at a different time to us to use the word reduce our financial risk. Absolutely. We can consider that, I'm sure.
I'm not my dad, I'm sure the county is in a position to be able to loan money for a project.
Another way that could be looked at, should we please figure this out? Just on ground numbers, 1.75. If we wanted to put up securitization where it was 1.75, but let's say the loan was 2.2. If there was another route that had to go in, would be, as you were saying, be low and or not on our liability. I think those are some options. They can also be negotiated. So in other words, we default rely on 1.7 to the loans.
Okay, let me try this out. Sure. You get a bond for 1.7. The county, the program is for 4.2. So that's only 2.1
Ground numbers and areas.
So You get a bond for 1.7, the county gets a bond for the rest of the loan. Basically bonds itself for the rest of the loan.
Sure requires a bond, go ahead.
Well, if we don't want to have to look at HCI,
Oh, I see what you're saying, yes.
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 We
Would be
we
one way to
pay,
bring a bond.
we pay for the rest of the bond for the rest of the loan. But are you saying, I think you were saying earlier that irrespective of the bond, you don't think you will get enough revenue to debt service 2.2?
The risk increases.
Yes, but if the county just offloaded part of that risk by buying part of the bond,
Okay.
and bonds, I think you were telling me the other day, are 1%.
Yes, sir.
1 to 2%. So for a $500,000 bond, it's gonna cost the county, $5,000 to $10,000.
Approximately. I would have you a currently on that.
And theoretically, this is all kind of spatial, but that would keep the precinct 3 mileage in place.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll say the mileage in place,
Mileage in place.
which includes everything you see in the area.
And that's how we would apply for it on Friday.
So on the application, the USDA, they don't ask for any terms on securitization. They just say, okay, you want 50/50, great. Wherever the application is awarded, they will negotiate terms of how securitization will work. So there's no requirement at this point from the USDA.
Under my proposition, after Friday, after application, we have the rest of May, June, July, and maybe August to figure out if we can do that, if the county could buy a part of the bond and still be comfortable with 60 plus miles.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Or not, and if not, precinct 3 will be back and can complain about the idea of dropping precinct 3.
Yes, sir. And also, within the next 2 weeks, at the next meeting, we'll have continued our analysis on potentially where it's 7 to 10 miles. It may not be precinct 3. Today it is. It just seemed very obvious by any means, but it was the least issue from a county, the entire county impact.
But it's
Pretty significant, but not the entire county is having a greater good, I think. Now, again, over the next 2 weeks, we will have completed further analysis to figure out where to continue to make the modifications to reduce the 4.2. That effort's not stopping. That effort is continuing to maximize the footprint while reducing costs. That's the objective of the next 72 hours.
okay.
If we approve this, if we approve to move forward with the application with, then, precinct 3 comes back in, Commissioner Eastman comes back in and has a problem, then we can decide at that point, just with it.
I believe so.
We're not having it,
Assuming, once I get the documents.
but at least we don't lose the opportunity to maybe
Correct.
find a way to do this, because,
Probably $1,000.
Yeah.
So we're not out nothing.
yeah, I don't want to lose the opportunity, but strictly what I see on the maps.
But now we're also talking about adding to that 8,000, probably another 5,000 to 10,000. So once this wheel will stop turning.
When we vote not to do it today, and just middle here is, yes, outside $10,000, $18,000, would be, it is the gamble, putting at risk with the possibility of a $4.2 million infrastructure gain for folks in the rural areas for broadband. You know, and it's a question, do you think 18,000 is a good risk for that much possible return? I don't know.
Knowing that the additional 5-ish thousand doesn't need to be done until the application or the grant is awarded.
Yeah, well, I'm still hoping, by the time Commissioner Leeson returns, and you have gone away and sharpened your pencil, somehow or other you're miraculously going to find that Brown Mountain line stays.
I'm supporting that at 100% also.
But that presumes that we're going to have an application, which we do not have a motion yet.
Well, I am going to authorize the county judge to sign the necessary documents regarding the Reconnect Rural Development Broadband Grant, including but not limited to funding request resolution, network development operations agreement, network neutrality resolution, authorized representative request form, pending county attorney approval.
Is there a second? I'll second. Commissioner Eager. Discussion. I know we've gone over this 6 times, but just to make sure. The application that submits on Friday after Chris Ashby has reviewed and approved will or will not still include the Round Mountain 10 miles-ish of line at that point.
When the application is filed is when we state the coverage areas that we're requesting.
So you take it out?
I'm not committing to that until we continue sharpening.
But
the potential reader within the position is going to refine our pencil to reduce the grant. Hear from the commissioners use the word commitment, but all right, we'll figure out the difference here. We'll commit to the bonding difference on the debt. Or hearing from the commissioners if there's any suggestions that you may have if we are choosing to reduce the mileage, where to reduce. Having opinions, we'd like to hear that also. But by Friday, we do have to submit what we are going after.
You'll be complete, your company will be completely bonded on the project.
Yes,
Part of it.
yes.
all right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna belabor this, but suddenly here's the problem I'm having is, you're not saying, I'm just gonna recap, you're not saying that you don't think you can service the debt. Your concern is about the bond cost between 1.7 and 2.2, which we've established is $5,000, maybe $10,000. Your company is putting in a multi-million-dollar infrastructure that in the end, when the period is run and the loan is run, you'll own it.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'm having trouble understanding why that additional bond amount is such a
The
hurdle for you.
bond amount is not necessarily a concern. It's I understand you use the word servicing the debt, carrying the debt. We started out at under a term of 1.5, again, going after Commissioner Riley. Got to draw the line somewhere, so we chose to draw the line at about the 1.75 million mark for a 20-year debt. That's what we're looking at. Okay, what does 2 million turn into 2.1 over a 20-year term with interest, servicing, growth, everything else? Again, we decided that 1.75 was a comfortable area. 2.1, 2.2 debt load puts undue stress in trying to reduce the revenue to continue to pay for that over a 20-year period. Okay, well, there's other impacts on our growth when we are looking at private funding in various areas for various reasons. There's debt that our lenders will consider that.
Right, they're gonna look at your balance sheet.
Yes, sir.
And you're saying that 1.7, 1.75, more palatable to your bankers than 2.2.
Yes, sir.
As an obligation.
Yes, sir. Not that that isn't kind of negotiated. That is continuing as we speak.
And I'm slow here because I'm thinking about whether Commissioner Riley's going to vote no, and if I'm going to vote no, this motion will die because I'm having some difficulty being sympathetic and insufferable. Your company is going to pick you because you're local, but you're also a mover and shaker. Your company is expanding, and investing. Just have trouble seeing. I understand what you're saying. You have to, I don't have to sit there with you every night. But I'm having trouble seeing $500,000 as being that big of an impediment to us cutting it. And possibly cutting out the precinct that has the most potential for growth.
Judge, when I see the blue line infrastructure, the way it runs down the highway, it runs up through the county. That's gonna remain, right? The blue lines on it, the main trunks and the fiber optics running on the highway. That's part of where you're gonna go. That would be cut out.
The latter, the discussion is to reduce the blue lines in miles.
Yeah, gotcha.
Whatever areas will exist.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
don't vote yes, but I think I'm gonna commit right here, right now, that I won't be able to vote for the ultimate package. That right now is easy to have. So, we're gonna find some other way. I just don't want to, I just don't want the county to lose out on this opportunity to lose potential grant. So I guess I'm voting yes. Let me ask you though, when's the next round? When's the next round?
Right now, there isn't. This is it. I say that a little cautiously, so we're what we call round 5, the USDA reconnect. So the 4 previous rounds. We've asked, other people asked, it's only around 6. There's no commitment from the USDA at this time. Typically, when they do come up, they're about every 2 years. So we won't even have any indication for another year and a half. The other thing that is in play is you've heard it used called the BEAD. It's developed by the FCC. That is being regulated down to the states. The state of Texas was awarded $3 billion, 3.3. And they, each state calls it a different name. The state of Texas calls it FOOPS. Opportunities, whatever. They call it the FOOP program. The FOOP program, number one, has not been funded by the FCC, so the state is ineligible or eligible to participate or allow any funds. They haven't even put together the application process that was supposed to be this summer, that they was developing the application process. Based on the application, they do not believe they would award anybody until, I think they said 2026 maybe, is when they would start the awards.
I thought the new program,
Group 2, so group has been done, already been pledged.
either case, I thought that program under that federal agency didn't do much for Blanco County, because so much of Blanco County is already locked up by some of the requirements.
That is a true statement. The food program did nothing for Blanco County, there was nothing. Food 2, so food was a very small amount awarded, maybe a year ago, a little less. That's the criteria they had. Blanco County was eligible, there was no funding available for Blanco County according to their requirements. Food 2 requirements have not been stipulated, have been suggested. So food 2 from the BEAD program, don't know what areas will be eligible in anything at this point. Okay. So to answer your question, right now, the foundation is the only thing in my mind setting. And so you're gonna have to resolve.
Well, the motion passes, Commissioner Weary and myself, with Commissioner Riley voting no, and it depends county attorney approval of the documents. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but if it does happen, I guess we'll make the application, but I'm dead set that,
Judge, let me say too, that I agree with you, if we can't control that work. Bill, you.
okay. Right. The only thing that leaves us is, the other item, any action based outside council, potential litigation, unless you all have something you'd like to discuss, that I'm ready to take us into executive session, consult with council. So the Commissioners Court will begin executive session at 10:48 a.m. on this day, May 2024. You're welcome the stairwell is pleased will be retired to the security chamber.
Oh my God.
I forwarded them.
Debbie.
John, how are you?
Stephanie.
You have a wonderful day.
Yes, you look like you're gonna have a wonderful day.
I almost went to sleep. That was close.
Whitney was over there
She
too.
was texting me, she's right now, I'm like,
I want
All right, Commissioners Court has, conducted its executive session and has, returned here from, it is now 10:51 a.m. on this 14th February 2024. Subject matter of the session concerning consultation with legal counsel, 551.71. No action was taken, during the executive session, and, we've completed it and are now back in open session. Are there any items of business concerning any of the items, including the addendum items? And if not, I think that takes us to item 12 on the agenda.
Who made the motion to leave?
Is there a second? Second. All right, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion